This is India's #1 news network, and you're watching News9, English news as it should be.
Welcome to News9, and you are watching On Point. And there are two On Points today. The first On Point because Iran-Israel war and its consequence for the world. The second On Point looks into Ahmedabad crash and the question, did rat engine got deployed before the fatal crash? Let's take a quick look at the headlines. Prime Minister Modi leaves from Cyprus to Canada to attend G7 summit, marking his first visit to Canada in a decade. Prime Minister Modi awarded highest civilian honor of Cyprus, says it's the honor for 140 crore Indians. Iran makes big claims, says Pakistan will drop nuclear bomb on Israel if its nukes Tehran. Islamabad denies. US President Donald Trump vetoes Israel's plan to assassinate Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah al-Khamenei. The centre announces the reference dates for India's 16th census will be carried out on March 1, 2027 as per today's notification. KTR appears before ACB in Formula E-Probe, challenges CM Revanth Reddy to televise lie detector test. Big twist. In Bengaluru Rapido assault case, woman seen hitting rider first in CCTV footage. IMD issues red alert for Mumbai, Thane and Raigad. Heavy rain alert for Karnataka, Kerala, Goa as well. The Israel-Iran conflict has entered a dangerous new phase. Both countries have brazenly attacked each other and its energy infrastructure. Civilian count on Iran's side was higher than Israel, but both the countries ended up hitting civilian areas. In the early hours of morning, Iranian missiles rained down on Tel Aviv and Haifa, flattening buildings, setting parts of the power plant ablaze and injuring dozens. Even the US embassy in Tel Aviv was hit, though the damage there was minor. Israel didn't hold back. In swift retaliation, its air force struck deep into the Iranian territory, targeting key military and intelligence hubs. 4 senior Iranian intelligence officials were killed. Importantly, as per IDF, more than a third of Iran's surface-to-surface missile launchers have now been destroyed. The Israeli army says that the campaign was long in making and launched with precision.
מהרגע שיצאנו למערכה, פעלנו בהפתעה ותחבולה. עם מכת הפתיחה, חיסלנו את צמרת הפיקוד הצבאי. נמשיך להגביר את עוצמת הפעולה שלנו, ובכך נחזק את ביטחוננו שנים קדימה. ההגנה על העורף שלנו היא חלק משמעותי במערכה. כפי שאמרתי לכם בתחילת הדרך, יהיו אירועים קשים. אנחנו נמצאים בעיצומו של אתגר שונה מזה שהורגלנו אליו. ידענו שיהיו מחירים, והם ממחישים את הסיבה לכך שפעלנו עכשיו, לפני שיהיה מאוחר מדי. אני קורא לכם למלא אחר ההנחיות בצורה מלאה. פעולות נכונות מפחיתות את הסיכון לחיי אדם באופן דרמטי.
On the diplomatic front, Iran's parliament is now preparing a bill to withdraw from nuclear non-proliferation treaty, a major step that could trigger wider tensions.
ما مشغول مذاکره بودیم. ما در میانه یک روند دیپلماتیک مواجه شدیم با تجاوز رژیم صهیونیستی. بنابراین من همونطور که قبلا هم عرض کردم با این اقدام رژیم صهیونیستی که ما نمیتونیم تصور بکنیم بدون هماهنگی و همکاری و حمایت آمریکا صورت گرفته باشه، عملاً روند دیپلماتیک و مذاکره رو تهی از مفهوم و معنا کردن.
Meanwhile, the human toll keeps rising. Iran reports 224 deaths, 90% of them civilians. In Israel, 24 people have been killed in the Iranian missile attacks. Among the most significant blows to the Iran's leadership, the killing of 4 top intelligence officers. The most high profile, Mohammad Kazemi, the chief of the Revolutionary Guard's intelligence arms, along with his deputy Mohammad Hassan. Tehran hasn't confirmed the deaths yet, but Israel says the strike was a game changer. Israel's Prime Minister says that the strike was necessary to counter the existential threat.
אני בא עכשיו מבת ים. זהו יום קשה. אמרתי לכם, יהיו ימים קשים, אבל יש גם ימים גדולים. אנחנו בדרך לסכל את שני האיומים הגדולים על קיומנו. איום הגרעין ואיום הטילים הבליסטיים מאיראן. אנחנו פעלנו בשעה 12, לפני שאיראן הצליחה לשעות קדימה לעשות נשק גרעיני, ולפני שהיא רצה קדימה לפתח 10,000 טילים בליסטיים כאלה, כמו שנפלו בבת ים או במקומות אחרים, בתוך 6 שנים 20,000, שני איומים קיומיים שאנחנו פועלים להסירם.
Israel is also hitting Iran where it hurts its energy backbone. Among the targets, let me recount it for you. The massive Shah Jahan oil depot, which holds nearly 260 million liters of fuel. The Tehran refinery, capable of processing 225,000 barrels a day. And the Fajr-e-Jam gas refinery in southern Iran. All critical facilities now damaged or shut. There is a growing concern about the South Pars gas field, which holds 20% of the world's gas reserves. If knocked offline, it could triple Iran's energy output. Economists say that these blackouts and shutdowns are already costing Iran close to $250 million every day. Iran's military, meanwhile, is issuing fresh warnings to Israeli civilians.
هشدارهای پیش رو برای روزهای آینده شما. سرزمین‌های اشغالی را ترک کنید، چرا که به طور قطع در آینده برای شما قابل سکونت نخواهد بود. همکنون بانک کاملی از اطلاعات تمامی اماکن و نقاط حیاتی، حساس و مهم شما را در اختیار داریم. لذا تأکید می‌نماییم.
Israel has also gone after Iran's nuclear program, striking some of its most heavily guarded sites. At Natanz, its main uranium enrichment facility, both above ground and underground structures were hit. The pilot plant there, confirmed destroyed by the UN nuclear watchdog, may have suffered major damage to its centrifuges. In Isfahan, a uranium conversion center was heavily damaged. At Fordow, a fortified site buried in the mountains, damage appears limited, but Israel has sent a clear message. So far, no radiation leak has been reported, but fears over a wider nuclear crisis remains. Iran's president, Masoud Pezeshkian, squarely blamed the United States of America for enabling these strikes.
اسرائیل هیچ مرزی رو نمیشناسه. هر کی رو دلش خواست با اجازه در حقیقت آمریکا هر مداخله رو انجام میده. در گفتگویی که ویتکوف با آقای دکتر عراقچی داشت میگفت که اسرائیل بدون اجازه ما هیچ کار نمیتونه بکنه. معنی حرف اینه که حالا که داره این کارا رو میکنه با اجازه آمریکا داره این کار رو میکنه.
Iran's barrage of missile strikes is coming at a steep price. Fateh 110 or Zulfiqar missile costs up to $150,000. So Fateh can cost you $110,000 and the Zulfiqar can cost you $150,000. Shahbab 3, a medium range missile, can cost about $3 million. Gadar can cost somewhere around $5 million. Sejal can cost $6 million, and Khurramshahr, Iran's most expensive missile, can come at $8 million. With dozens fired, the financial strain on Iran is mounting. Now, with the both sides refusing to back down, the world is watching. Russia has offered to mediate, even repeating its earlier offer to store Iran's enriched uranium to ease tensions. President Trump says He's still hopeful a deal can be reached, even hinting that the Vladimir Putin could help broker peace. But the Kremlin is warning if the fighting continues, the entire region could plunge into deeper chaos. It's also pushed back on Israel PM Netanyahu's remark for regime change in Tehran, calling those comments dangerous and inflammatory. And from Europe, there is a support for Israel, but with a reminder that the diplomacy remains key.
I spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu today. I reiterated Europe's commitment to peace and stability in the Middle East. In this context, Israel has the right to defend itself. Iran is the principal source of regional instability, and we've always been very clear. Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. We have voiced our strong concerns over Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile program. A diplomatic solution remains the best way in the long run to address concerns about Iran's nuclear program. And Europe remains committed to finding a lasting solution through a negotiated deal.
And now I'm joined by Yanki Farber, senior journalist, the Orthodox Community of Israel, he joins me from Israel, and Sadiq Amini, international security expert, founder of Afghanistan Impact Network, live from Washington DC. Thank you so much, both of you, for making time. Let me straight away go to Israel first. Mr. Farber, my question to you is, does Iran stand isolated today?
Well, you know, I read today in the news that Pakistan said that if Iran is going to need help, and know that if Israel is going to nuke Iran, then Pakistan will nuke Israel. So first of all, Israel doesn't want to nuke Iran. Israel has nothing against to the people of Iran, only against the regime of Iran. And the reason why Israel is keeping nuke is because to defend Israel, not to nuke other people. So that's one. And second, well, I just heard the Israeli Prime Minister just now, and also the Israeli Defense Minister telling the people in Tehran to leave some places where the Revolution Guard have very important officers, and the people who will probably leave, the civilians, because I've seen yesterday, I don't know, thousands of cars just running away, thousands of families running away from Tehran. Israel is definitely going forward with attacking Iran to destroy all nuclear sites and missiles and everything. And I live in the city of Bnei Brak. It's like 10 minutes from Tel Aviv. And my city was hit yesterday. Very, very heavy rockets. My house was shaking like I've never ever felt before. And I am used to, we have the Yemeni aiming at us missiles, and Hamas, Hezbollah. But Iranian missiles are very, very, very powerful, and I've never ever felt such powerful missiles. And the missile fell away like 2 kilometers from my house, and I still felt it like it just fell down the road. So Israel knows that we are under danger, and Israel is going to do everything to destroy Iran's power. And seriously, we don't really care what the world is saying. We have support from America. We're not with maybe the planes, but everything around. And the way we look at it, it's going to be, the situation is going to escalate, and it's going to be much more tougher.
Much more tougher. Mr. Amini, your opening comments on the current crisis, sir.
Greetings to you and your guest and all of the viewers wherever they're located on this God's green earth. Just following up on the statement of the guest, I think the whole world is watching what's happening in the Middle East with some with caution, some would worry. Those who are allies with the Iranian terrorist regime, of course, they're worried about the future of this terrorist state in the Middle East. But the majority of the world are excited and hopeful for the future of Iran that can be free from terrorism, that can be free from Ayatollahs, and free from nuclear threat and missile threat, and threat to not just Israel, but also for all of the countries in the neighborhood. And so as such, I think we are on the verge of a new phase in the Middle East where we can see the end of the Islamic revolution, the Islamic theocracy, this Islamic Republic of Iran. That is done. I think everybody, whether they like it or they don't like it, that is the reality that we are faced. It's a matter of days now. We will soon see a free Iran. And I hope that everybody, those who are watching and those who are involved, need to adjust their calculations accordingly. The people of Iran, I think they need to rise up and see the support from the skies, and they need to do the job on the ground themselves to make sure that this is ended in a way that they want it. And for the countries in the neighborhood, I think they need to also start planning for a post-Islamic Republic of Iran scenario. If they are betting on diplomacy, if they are betting on ceasefire, or if they are betting in any way that would count on the possibility that Iranian regime will survive from this, I think they are mistaken. It's going to be a tragic mistake. They're losing time, and they will lose their slot in the future of Iran. It's better for them to right now start thinking about who are the major players post the collapse of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and to start engaging those groups and start working out mechanisms on how the Iranian people will be governed and how the post Republic of Iran would be shaped, and how those relationships will emerge. And I think for the people of Israel, the courage that they have shown, the resilience that they have shown, the whole world is standing with them. United States is leading on that front. They have the full backing of the whole world, despite some rhetoric and some statements from regional countries and others. It all stays in the rhetoric, it all stays in the statements. In practical matter, everybody wants to see the end of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and they want to see Israel succeed in eliminating this threat for not just the region, but also for the whole world.
Mr. Faber, the world is worried that if America gets sucked into the war becomes bigger, the war becomes longer, the war becomes expensive, and the war could spiral business out of control, making things expensive for people in poor countries.
Well, what I know is that America is not going to go in. They help Israel everything around without actually getting involved in attacking Iran. And, I think that Israel can do it on her own, on Israel by itself. If we have the support of Europe without question against us, and without no pressure, not from America, not from Europe to stop. And you know something, even all the Gulf countries, you can see Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, they maybe condemn Israel, but only in public. They celebrating every minute that Israel is attacking Iran. They are afraid of Iran just as we are afraid of Iran. And they are very happy that we're doing the bad job and the dangerous job, and we're gonna do it. And no, the way the people in Israel talk, that America will not get involved, because Donald Trump, he always talks about not getting involved in wars that doesn't belong to America. So he's just helping Israel. And you know what? So Israel says, so how is Israel going to attack Fordo, nuclear site in Iran? It's a very, very complicated place to attack, and I don't think Israel has the ability. Well, if Israel controls the airspace in Iran, Israel can just, one day you're going to see Israeli soldiers on the ground in Fordo blowing up the place like we did in Syria. Well, there is many options to do it, and I don't think America will get involved. And because also, we prefer to do it on our own, because also to show all our enemies that nobody should mess with Israel.
Mr. Amini, there is also a danger of radiation. There is also a danger of radiation which the world is very much aware of.
Well, you know what? The world is afraid. Well, maybe the world
Mr. Faber, this question was to Mr. Amini, and then I'll come to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't think the world needs to be worried about any sort of dangers and consequences from what's happening with the way Israel and the Western countries are planning to make sure that this threat is under control. The objective, despite it was mentioned publicly by Israel's prime minister that the people of Iran needs to rise up and take the matters into their own hands. And of course, that support is widespread in the Western countries and Western capitals. Everybody wants to see a regime change. Whether people like it or not, that's going to happen. And with the regime change and with Iranian people taking the matters in their own hands and taking control of their own country, this escalation and this conflict is going to come to an end. And all of the threat that is related to the nuclear threats as well as the missile threats will be eliminated with the new government, which will be representative of Iranian people, and they will make sure that the next government that is the representative of the people's government in Iran will not have any sort of facilities or any sort of programs that will undermine the security of the region or the world, because there will not be any need. A peaceful Iran that will be willing to live peacefully and peaceful coexistence
but
with all
Mr.
of its
Amini,
neighbors.
can you have a peaceful Iran with the current dispensation, Ayatollah Khamenei heading it? I mean, so isn't that contradiction in term? You know, after the revolution, the clerics have complete control of the Israeli state, society, paramilitary, army, intelligence. I don't think even the Prime Minister have an iota of power there, leave alone all the other so-called democratic institutions there.
Your question was related to Iran or Israel?
Yeah, this is in context to Iran. You are saying that maybe about the regime change, but how will the regime change take place? The mullahs completely control both state and society there.
The regime change is going to happen. You will see how it's going to happen. You know, the way Israel and their Western allies have designed this program to make sure Iran threat is removed is the first phase is Israeli attack. The way they conducted these attacks showed the whole world and to the Iranian people the extent and the power of the Israeli technology and the Israeli capabilities on eliminating top leadership of Iranian security, intelligence, as well as political leaders. They can easily eliminate all of the remaining ones as well. The second aspect of this attack was a maximum infiltration of Israeli agents as well as Western agents within Iran around the different provinces and different cities, where simultaneously they started attacking security forces, installations, and scientists and everybody else. That was the second part. The third part is destructive efforts within the military apparatus and security institutions and political entities within Iranian government and within Iranian ranks. There are Mossad agents, there are CIA agents, MI6, all of these countries, their agents are simultaneously working within the government and ranks and files of the regime to bring down this regime. And of course, the opponents are being active right now in exile, and they're all working right now because they were all caught on surprise on the way Israel went after the regime and successfully eliminated top command, that give them hope that this end is soon. They're right now working on mechanisms on how to mobilize the people of Iran and to make sure that they see about the change within the country. And of course, U.S. will not get involved in the conflict for as long as Israel is on top of it. But if there is a need, if Israel needs to finish this job, America is ready to get in. UK is ready to get in. France is ready to get in. The whole of the Western world is ready to get in to finish this job.
But the question, Mr. Faber, is how long Israel can afford this war? Iran is a far bigger state.
Till the end of Donald Trump presidentially, we can do it. We have another 3.5 years, no worry.
Are you saying that it's because of Trump that Israel will be able to afford a war?
Yes, if Kamala Harris would be the president of the United States, I don't think Israel would be able to do what Israel is doing now. And by the way, I'm saying, you ask how the regime is going to change? Oh, that's not a big problem. We're just going to get rid of Khamenei and all these bunch of killers and the extreme people who are going around them, and we will change the regime, that's for sure. That's the plan. I don't know if we're going to do it, but we're definitely going to need some help from other countries in the world. We're working hard on it, and Israel is willing to suffer as much as it needs to get rid of the regime that keeps saying since 1979 that they want to destroy Israel. So we have to fight back, and we fight it back like in the last minute. If we would wait another few weeks, you'll probably be too late.
Last question to you, Mr. Faber, before I let go of both of you. Do you think that degrading the nuclear facilities of Iran is a long-term resolution to the West Asian crisis?
No, because Israel is attacking all nuclear sites with very, very, they looking exactly what they're doing. They don't just go around and bomb the place, because they know that in the coincidence, a nuclear site, something could be, people could die. So Israel is very careful, and Israel is doing it in a way that nobody should get harmed. You know, Israel is doing everything that the civilians of Iran should not get hurt, while Iran is aiming rockets on civilians. My area was aimed today with rockets, and there is no military base in like miles away from here. So no, I'm not worried about it. I know Israel is doing the best to make sure that there isn't a danger for the people of Iran and also for the people in the world.
Absolutely. Thank you both of you. And now the issue is, can Israel defeat Iran without America? That's the big question. The expert, Raz Zimit, breaks down Tel Aviv's endgame in an exclusive conversation with News9, a person who runs the Iran and Shiite Access program in Israel.
Silence of the night, where the roads carry.
Let there be dark. Scorpio and Carbon is here, the big daddy of SUVs.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
This is the drive of your dreams. Introducing the all-new Skoda